Okay guys, we are back. It's been another 45 minutes and our ciabatta is ready to be shaped. This is called a couche, French, obviously. And it's a way for us to proof a bread like this, a really wet dough like this. It's great for baguettes, it's great for ciabatta, it's great for any kind of really wet dough, any dough actually. So let me get started. So what I use to get my couche in shape on this end is my trusty rolling pin. I'm just going to put it under that end, roll it a little, and stick my bit scraper underneath it. That way I have a surface on that end. Now it's a matter of just getting this out of the way. I still have to flour it. So now, we haven't used much flour, if any, on this bread so far. But now is the time, because it's really a sticky dough. And the thing is that you don't have to worry about getting flour, adding flour to your recipe here, because all the flour that we put down and we put on it are going to be on the outside of the bread. All right, so let's dump it. And we're going to let it fall out naturally, just like that, just like that. Put a little bit on it. Make sure my hands are floured here. I need another. Dough scraper. I don't want to degas this, so I'm being very gentle. And I want to make it a rectangle. This is where technique and practice come into play. Okay, so we're back, and this has been 20 minutes. Get rid of these props. And let's take a look at what our ciabatta bread looks like. Yeah. Nicely done. Bubbles on top. Can everybody see that nicely? See these bubbles? We're going to leave those there. This is a nice crispy bread. Another point of technique. This is not easy here, but we're going to do it. You just have to be confident and have done it before. And just scoop and ready to go. Because what we're going to do is scoop it up just like we put it down and lay it down. And we're going to stretch it out a little bit. Because it may require more than one of these. So you see me in? If I use my dough scrapers here, it would catch on the cloth. And we stretch it out. There's one. Here's the next. Yeah, that's gonna be big too. Last thing you want is a piece of your ciabatta bread hanging off the end of your pizza stone. Looks weird, and it's not what we're trying to do. One, and stretch it out. Now this is going to have some oven spring, but it's still a relatively flat, dough, bread, but it's going to have a nice oven spring, so you'll see what it looks like when it rises up. Now I've got a spray bottle here, and I have a pan in the bottom of the oven where I'm going to toss some ice cubes, a little water, so I can create some steam in the oven. And steam does a lot of things, but one of the most important things it will do is keep the crust soft enough so the bread will continue to rise. And otherwise, your crust may get hard quickly, and the oven spring that you get will cause it to crack. And so what we're going to do is do what the professional bakers do and get some steam into our oven. You can put a cast iron pot down there, whatever you'd like. Here goes number one. Now I'm putting that in there for 15 minutes. You can judge for yourself. If you like yours a little darker, you can anywhere around that 15-minute range up to about 18 minutes will be fine at 475 degrees. Okay, this is fresh out of the oven. Actually, 20 minutes out of the oven. One's in there. But I wanted to see what it looked like inside. I wanted you to see what it looks like inside, so I can't wait any longer. I'm like that. But I know I got to, you've got to let it sit long enough for the bread to finish cooking. After you take it out of the oven, it's still working in there. It's still setting up. The starches are starting to get stronger, and they were, gelatinized. Now they got to get stronger. So don't cut into a hot loaf of bread, because everything that you want in it is going to escape out of the other end. So don't do it. All right, let's try this, shall we? This is a smaller end. It's still warm. Nope. You're seeing it along with me. Look at that. It's not bad, is it? And like I told you, the outside is crusty, and the inside is soft. Look at that. Great flavor, just from having, started with a Polish. Now this would be good for, dipping in some olive oil, maybe with some Tuscan seasoning, maybe a white wine. I know there are you red folks out there. Just dip your bread in it and it'll be good. This is pretty doggone good. So, you can make it too. It just takes practice, and it just takes a little bit of courage, especially when you're putting it onto your couche or your pillowcase. When you're moving bread like that, dough like that, that's that high of hydration. This is an 80% hydration bread. That's up there. Much more than that. That's up there. All right, so thank you for joining me today. All the tools that I used in baking all this today are in the show notes at the bottom. If you have any questions, please, tag someone. They might know the answer.